4 trades were taken this morning, and I'm going to show you those trades that I took today. It's Friday, June 27th, and I had a successful day. I had 4 out of 4 winners. Here they are. First one, very early this morning, 6 a.m. New York. I was taking a look at this beautiful candle right here that had a fairly large top wick, and on the 4-hour time frame, I've noticed that if you have a pretty good sized top wick, then there's a good chance that it's going to come back and back test a 50% retracement area and go higher. So what I did is I went ahead and put a Fibonacci retracement box on the next 4-hour candle where that was about to begin. And I'll do that here on the 4-hour chart. And then I'm going to just jump over to the fast chart. We'll start with taking a quick look at the, why don't I see that? That needs to be on Sync Globally. That is on Sync Globally. That is, okay, so why would that not be showing up? Oh, because we're on the wrong day. Sorry about that, Chief. All right, here we go. This is what it looked like on the 5-minute chart at 6 a.m. And this is what it looked like on the 10-second chart at 6 o'clock this morning. Let's back up to that, and this is what I was looking at when I traded it. All right, 6 o'clock. There we go. Okay, right about there. All right. So basically, the real trade for this actually happened about 7 minutes before the top of the hour right here. This was the good one right here. As you can see, it did bounce off that level, but it was just a little early, and I guess with such a large time frame, you know, you're going to have a situation sometimes where it dipped down just before the top of the hour, a few minutes before, and then I spike up to the next couple levels up. So I missed that one because I was waiting for the top of the hour to hit 6 o'clock. But then when it did, I saw it come back, and I saw this bounce starting to form right here. And I think I bought it right down here, probably a little early, but I got a good price on it, 734. I wrote it up to about 743. I was trying to get 10 points out of it, and I got 1 point away, and then it started pulling back, and I guess I sold it right down here about 740. So got about 6 points out of that one. Then it continued down, and you know, the 26, as you know, if you've watched my videos very much, you know that I'm always looking at the 26 and 77 levels for a trade. Matter of fact, I got another 26 trade a little later in the morning. I'll show you that one too. Anyway, I saw it come down to this 26, and it looked like it was doing the curl down here on the MACD. It was doing that little curl that it does when it wants to come back up. And, you know, I saw volume was very strong here coming down, and that's always a good sign that a bounce could be imminent. So anyway, I grabbed it here, and I wrote it up for a few more points. I think I didn't get as much out of it as I'd like to have, but I got a few more points out of it here. So that was a 2 wins. And then the next trade I took was about 8:45 this morning in the room. I kind of pointed out to a couple people that, hey, that 26 level was really lining up with VWAP, which is this purple line right here, and it looked like price was shooting down towards it. I mentioned that in the room. I asked Paul if he thought that might be a good trade, and Brian said, you know, I really like that one. I'm going to take that one. What I did is I waited for the double bottom because, like, what I'm trying to do always, I'm not always successful, but I'm really trying to do is wait for this MACD here to actually cross, the fast line cross the slow line, and then get like that little back test. And what that often looks like on the price chart is like a double bottom. So I did wait for that double bottom, and I got in right about there, and I took it up almost all the way up here for a really nice win. I think it was close to 8-10 points, something like that. There was two more trades that I took actually. Now there were 2 more trades. One of them was not till about 5 minutes into the open. The market was moving very quickly, and it came down here and double bottom down in this area down here, almost coming down to the 77 zone. And this was a very nice impulse wave. I really like this one. A lot of volume here. It's only 2 minutes after the open. A lot of volume. I put a Fibonacci retracement level on this one here, and I put a limit order in at 22,707, which is literally right here. And I tagged it. And I wrote it up to here. It bounced down. I didn't know if it was coming all the way back down, so I sold it right about here. So, and I was using small shares on that, not full size, because it was just everything was moving so fast. I needed to give myself more breathing room in case it went against me. So that one I got about 12 points on that one, but only on like some micros. And then the final trade of the day was we had news hit 10, and the market really spiked up, and then it did this huge push down here. This was about let's see, 1814 to 93. That's about a 20-point spike down in 10 seconds. These are 10-second candles. It came up, gave another spike down, but with a big buyer wick there. And when I saw these two buyer wicks at exactly the same level, I really liked that for a bounce play. Plus, it was sitting right on top of the pre-market high, which was definitely going to be a good support level. And so I went ahead and bought some right here, and I took that up a few points to about there. So all in all, I guess that was 5 trades. I thought I did 4, but then I remember that I did 5. And yeah, up about somewhere around 2K for the day. So it was a good day, and I'm back at it next week. Have a good weekend, everybody.